David Pocock, to his credit, the independent senator for the ACT, recently made this a prerequisite for his support for government legislation, a piece of government legislation in the Senate. It looked like, for all intents and purposes, the deal was done. We were going to get this data, but we haven't seen it yet.
Well, I commend David on doing that, and I saw him on your program say as much, but I'm not aware of what has come of that, and we've heard nothing from the government on that deal or on their ongoing commitment to their election promise of 2022. It's nearly 2 years since the Labor Party committed to linking their funding of state roads to the provision of state roads safety data, and we're as keen as anyone to see where that's going.
Well, let's hope that they honour it.
Well, the clock's ticking because by the end of June, we have a new 5-year national partnership agreement coming into force. That's the vehicle through which this should be done.
Okay, well, we'll see from the government and also David Pocock as to whether or not they've honoured that commitment to him and whether he's got any update on where it's heading either. Because we have, as you said, we haven't heard from the Transport Minister to this point. On another issue, the fuel efficiency standards or the new vehicle emission standards, as the government's calling it, you're supportive of this move to make our cars more efficient, are you?
Yeah, very much so. We've been asking for a piece of regulation like this for some time, years. The AAA position is Australia needs a fuel efficiency standard if we want to maintain access to a first world vehicle fleet. You basically have a choice as a country. Do you want the first world version of the cars being made or the third world version? The technologies relating to efficiency, emissions, safety, they all come bundled. We want to be on the list of countries that get sent the best cars. For that, you need a cap and trade scheme, which creates a financial incentive for car makers to send you their best cars.
And so how's the government handling it right now, given the automotive industry split? We've seen Tesla and others break off from the representative group that represents automotive manufacturers.
Yeah.
Where are things at right now on that?
Well, from a AAA perspective, we think there's a fair bit of work to do. From a AAA perspective, we're asking the government to put on the table the work it's done to explain why its preferred model is the right model. The AAA doesn't shy away from the fact that this scheme is designed to make some cars cheaper than they otherwise would have been, and conversely, it's designed to make some cars more expensive than they otherwise would have been. We want to see what that looks like. We think they should be open and honest about who the winners and losers are. Very keen to be helpful, but wanting to understand, wanting more information. I don't think we're the only ones.
Is the US backing away from its previous standards? Is that right?
You should watch this week. We understand that later this week, the EPA in the United States will announce what its post-2026 targets are. I think there's a lot of support for what the government's stated ambition is, which is to, link with what they're doing in America. That's a similar market, driving similar cars. But I think what the great criticism for a lot of people at the moment is what's on the table from the government doesn't look like what America does at the moment. But after Thursday, what America's doing in the next couple of years is up for grabs. So we're as keen as anyone to see what that looks like.
Michael Bradley from the Australian Automobile Association. Appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
Pleasure, mate.